There is a lie we tell ourselves every morning, a fiction so comfortable that we have become addicted to it. This one, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll get organized. Tomorrow will be different. And meanwhile, today bleeds away in the middle of chaos, distraction, and the constant feeling of chasing something we never quite reach. Disorganization is not a problem of schedules or methods. It is a problem of identity. Because it's not that you don't know how to organize your life. It's that you have built a version of yourself that needs disorder to justify why you're not moving forward. Let me suggest something you may have never considered. Disorganization is a form of self-protection. Think about it. If your life is disordered enough, you will always have an excuse ready to avoid facing what truly matters. If your desk is chaotic, if your time is fragmented, if your priorities are unclear, then you never have to confront that project that terrifies you, that conversation you've postponed, or the change you know you should make but that paralyzes you. Disorder is a refuge, and like every refuge, it eventually becomes a prison. Studies on neuroplasticity have taught us something fundamental. Our brains build neural highways based on repetition. Every time you choose chaos over structure, every time you say, "I'll do it later," you reinforce a neural pathway that makes you more likely to repeat that choice tomorrow. It's not a lack of willpower, it's mental architecture. You have trained your brain to operate in reactive mode instead of proactive mode. And here is the paradox. The more reactive you are, the more you feel like you don't have time. And the less time you feel you have, the more justified it seems to live in a constant state of emergency. It's a self-feeding cycle. But before we talk about solutions, we need to go deeper into something darker. Because the truth is that many people do not actually want to get organized. They say they do, they declare it, they might even believe it. But deep down there is fierce resistance. And that resistance has a name, fear of judgment. Because when your life is organized, when your priorities are clear, when your time is structured and your actions are deliberate, you can no longer hide. You can no longer say, "I didn't have time." When the reality is that you had time, but you invested it in things that did not matter. An organized life is a life where your decisions are exposed, where your lack of results can no longer blame external chaos, but must look inward. How many times have you promised yourself you would change, only to return to the same habits a week later? How many systems have you tried? How many apps have you downloaded with the conviction that this time would be different? And yet here you are, not because the systems don't work, but because you never attacked the root of the problem. Have you tried to organize your life without first reorganizing your identity? So let's talk about what it really means to be organized. It's not about doing more things, it's about doing fewer things, but the right ones. More than 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Seneca wrote that it's not that we have little time, it's that we waste much of it. And he was right. The average person doesn't have a time problem, they have a decision problem. Because organizing your life requires something brutal, saying no. Saying no to the urgent things that are not important. Saying no to other people's expectations that you have adopted as your own. Saying no to the version of yourself that wants to please everyone except yourself. True organization begins with an uncomfortable question. If today were the last day of your life and someone showed you how you spent your time in the past month, would you be proud? Would it be consistent with what you claim to value? Because here lies the problem. Most people live in a permanent divorce between what they say is important and how they actually spend their hours. They say health comes first, but they don't have 30 minutes to move their body. They say family is fundamental, but they are absent even when they are present. They say they have great ambitions, but their days are full of distractions that lead nowhere. And this is not a moral judgment, it is simply an observation of the human condition. Our brains were designed for the short term. We evolved to survive in environments where threats were immediate and rewards had to be quick. We were not designed to build decades-long careers, maintain complex long-term relationships, or pursue goals that take years to materialize. That's why organization feels unnatural. That's why it requires conscious effort. And that's why most people fail. But here is the good news. Every moment is an opportunity to reprogram. Every decision is a vote for the person you are becoming. Organizing your life is not a single event. It is a system of micro-decisions that accumulate over time. It is deciding the night before what you will do tomorrow. It is setting 3 priorities, not 20. It is learning to distinguish between being productive and merely performing productivity, between being busy and actually making progress. Think for a moment about the most effective person you know. Not necessarily the richest or most famous, but the person who seems clear, who moves steadily toward where they want to go, who doesn't live in constant crisis mode. I guarantee that person does not have longer days than you do. They don't have more natural energy. They weren't born with a special organization gene. What they have is something much simpler and much harder. They made decisions about who they are, and they organized their life around those decisions. They built systems that reflect their values, not someone else's. And here is a crucial point that most people ignore. Organization is not restrictive, it is liberating. There is a romantic idea that spontaneity and structure are enemies, that organizing your life kills creativity, that systems are for small minds. The truth is the opposite. The most prolific artists in history had rigorous routines. The most brilliant thinkers structured their days with surgical precision. Why? Because they understood something fundamental. Freedom does not come from chaos. It comes from eliminating unnecessary decisions, so your mental energy is available for what truly matters. Every decision you make consumes cognitive energy. Every time you ask yourself, what should I do now? You spend mental resources. Disorganization is a constant tax on your mental capacity. It's death by 1,000 cuts. The cumulative effect is devastating. It's not just that you have a bad day, it's that you have weeks, months, years operating below your true capacity, because your environment and your habits are working against you. Transforming this requires brutal honesty. You must examine your life and take an inventory without mercy. Where does your time actually go? Not where you think it goes, where it truly goes. Which activities move you closer to who you want to become, and which are simply inertia, comfort, or fear disguised as busyness. True organization requires eliminating before optimizing, just like organizing a closet full of clothes you never wear. You can fold every item perfectly, but the closet will still be chaotic. First, you must remove what you don't need. The same applies to your life. Before searching for the perfect productivity system, you must decide what deserves to exist in your life and what does not. And that is the painful part. It requires letting go. Letting go of relationships that no longer nourish you, letting go of activities that have completed their cycle, letting go of versions of yourself that feel safe simply because they are familiar. Many people organize their lives around sunk costs, continuing something just because they have already invested so much in it, jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, goals they no longer want. Meanwhile, real-time, the only non-renewable resource you have, slips away. An organized life is not a perfectly color-coded calendar. It is a life where there is coherence between what you say matters and how you spend your time. It is a life with rituals that anchor you, not rules that imprison you. It is a life where you say no as naturally as others say yes to everything. It is a life where you protect space for thinking, creating, and connecting because you chose to protect it. At the end of the day, organizing your life is an act of respect. Respect for your time, which is your life measured in units. Respect for your aspirations, which will not manifest on their own. Respect for the people you love, who deserve your full presence, not the leftovers of your attention. And above all, respect for yourself. You don't need a perfect system. You need a system that works for you and the discipline to maintain it. You don't need to do everything. You need to do what matters. You don't need more time. You need more clarity about what deserves your time. And that clarity only comes when you have the courage to look at yourself without excuses, to recognize that you have been complicit in your own chaos, and to decide that from this moment on, each day will be a declaration of intention, not a collection of reactions. So here is the question I want you to keep with you. If you continue living exactly as you are living now, where will you be in 5 years? Not where you hope to be, where your current patterns will take you. Because your future is not a mystery, it is the inevitable result of your present habits. And if that vision does not excite you, then today, right now, is the moment to reorganize not only your schedule, but your entire life. Tomorrow begins today.